you this. I see on Podmatch you want to be the Swiss Army knife of disabled advocacy. And when you say the word tools, I could just sense you've got different tools in that toolbox. So how's that process going to trademark that, and how do you find yourself to be the Swiss Army knife of disability advocacy?
Yeah, I still have to file the paperwork for that, but yeah, that hopefully we're going to get that one of these days. But I see myself as someone who's more of a connector type person, meaning because when some people say advocacy, so I'm not a guy who will, let's say, go to an IEP meeting, for example, and argue for your child, but I will connect you with the people that you need. So, in terms of what I do, it's really more motivational in terms of the speaking I do and the interviews and the writing. But when people come to me with a question, and specifically in my day job, but even if not, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. Great. I can find someone for you. I know someone. I can connect you with someone because luckily, because of the work that I've done now the last several years, I have connections to a lot of resources. So it might not be something that I do. It might not be something Johnny and Friends does, but it's something that I can still find for you. And again, the other thing too is there are so many resources that we have that a lot of people, first of all, and I'm still kind of blown away by this. There are people around the country who still haven't heard of Johnny and Friends. Or there are people who maybe have heard of us but don't really know who we are or what we do or all the things we do. Likewise, there are a ton of other ministries. Like when I first met my new wife, she had been volunteering with Johnny and Friends for many years, but she had never heard of any of these other ministries I worked with or any of these other people that are doing disability, right? And so it's this idea of, hey, there's a lot of great stuff out there. Let me connect you. So whatever your need is, I'm needing this. Let me see what I can do for you. And in that sense, I feel like I've got a little bit of everything under the tool belt. Again, if it's not something I can do, I can probably point you in the right direction.
You've got one leg up, then, dare I say, on disability advocacy is what we're talking about here.
There you go.
All right, we talked about how people can support Joni and Friends this Christmas season, but what's the outreach that Joni and Friends is doing for the communities across America this Christmas season?
Yeah, well, I would say that is ongoing, and that is something that probably looks different for every office. I know, for example, in our office, we're doing events. We do open house events, for example, where we invite all of our families in and we try to bless them with just having a year-end celebration kind of a thing. But again, some of our ministries continue to be ongoing, like some of our wheelchair ministries and things like that, and some of our missions trips are ongoing throughout the month. And then certainly, Johnny's message, Johnny has a lot of wonderful messages that, as you very well know, continue to be put out during the Christmas season. And we also intentionally, as a staff, make sure that we're reaching out to families and churches and letting them know how much we've appreciated working with them. But again, is there anything we can do for them? And the one cool thing that I love about working for this ministry is that when we reach out to these families, we're not asking for money. We're not asking for donations. We're asking, how can we pray for you?